This list gives you an immediate feel for the diverse range of gig firsts out there. We're going to focus on three main types. One, getting your first gig where there are actually human beings. Two, getting your first gig people would actually call a gig. Three, getting your first gig somewhere hard to get gigs. We will talk how to get a gig at Rock City, really hard, and the Arena, nearly impossible. We'll save Out of Knots for a future vid. Being music, we will focus, of course, on original music. Arguably, the biggest challenge of getting a first gig is getting people there. So the simplest way to get your first gig in front of other humans is to play places where humans already are, ideally open to listening to you, or even better, forced to, the holy grail of a captive audience. Prison tour it is then. Established open mic nights have a guaranteed-ish audience, plus intrinsically they're quite open-minded musically. Their simple setups favour solo artists and duos rather than full-on band performances. We've listed a load of open mic night tips in the PDF below. The standout currently probably being Filthies on Tuesdays. Non-open mic night ideas for first gigs in front of other humans, I breathe, include School, an awesome place to be a musician, presenting several opportunities for first gigs in front of lots of humans. You have to build a significant following before you're playing gigs in front of 150 odd you get in your year group assembly. College and uni are great for first gigs, often having battle of the bands, end of year events, plus plenty of house parties. There's also hall parties, particularly in first year. Speaking of house parties, you get to play in front of partying humans with no pressure to make sure people are there. And if you're rubbish, which being your first gig is quite possible, everyone will be too drunk to remember. Community events where people hopefully aren't too drunk. Your youth centre's Christmas party, the local summer fair, your church group's annual summer social. Humans will be there and organisers will be looking for entertainment. Busking is a great first gig. You can pick somewhere where people have to listen to you, plus potentially away from home, so no one will recognise you as you learn the ropes and potentially sing out of key for 3 hours. More on busking in our first vid, around 3 minutes 45. You and I need to play Would You Rather. Would you rather get paid, meet a hero, experience the biggest buzz of your life, be spotted by a label who could change your life? I know you want all four. It won't always be either or, but it really helps if you're clear on your priority, because particularly in the early days, you're almost certainly going to face such dilemmas. For some musicians, the E words, experience, exposure, are pretty much swear words. If you're currently struggling financially and you have an urgent bill to pay, you're probably thinking right now, shut up, you middle class one. But you need to ponder. Is a career-enhancing experience worth more than 20 quid? Is a career-changing exposure opportunity worth more than some free beers? If you believe you are good enough to make a living from music, then surely all you want to do is get in front of people and let your amazing music do the talking. The dollar will come unless you are being delusional about how good you are. And if you're not very good, why should a promoter pay you in the first place? Promoter empathy time.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
We're gonna very soon have an insight in how a 20 quid could be the difference between you gigging with a band you love or not. Hold on. Now, one of the reasons for money tensions is the feeling the promoter is becoming a millionaire while asking you to play for people. It might be true at an arena gig where the support act may literally be paying for the honour of playing in front of 10,000 people. But at the local level, let us share an off-the-record case study from a recent Nottingham gig. When you aren't making any money, there's a fair chance the promoter isn't making any money. They may even be subsidising the gig. There's a reason you don't see DIY promoters in Ferraris. Semantic question time. Do you want to get a gig or put on a gig? In Nottingham, I guesstimate a good half of musicians get their first gig people would actually call a gig right here at The Maze, whose Knots in a Nutshell night has been giving local musicians their first gigs since 2008. The music policy is open-minded genre-wise. To get on a lineup, all you need to do is stroke this man's beard.
The best way to play Knots in a Nutshell is to add the Knots in a Nutshell page and then messages on there saying you're in a Nottingham band, saying what you're sort of doing and giving us links to that band, and then you can see there's free slots on there. We'll try and sort out a gig at Knots in a Nutshell. You don't need a demo, we don't do demos, we don't want to hear your music, we just want you to be from Nottingham and come and play for us.
You will increase your chances here at the Maze and in fact everywhere if you make clear you are and then keep your word available at short notice. You might not want to get your first gig this way, but moving forward it's useful for second and third gigs. Another great venue this decade for first gigs and really good on the probably having humans already there vibe is the Jam Cafe in Hockley. Plus, breaking news, Rough Trade is now consistently putting on local artist gigs, nearly always for free. DIY promoters are a key source of first gigs. Arguably the best known in Nottingham is I'm Not From London. They put on countless gigs a month and are open-minded about giving artists from all genres gigs early on. Contact details in the PDF below, plus details of other promoters worth watching out for, such as Acoustical, who gave Bug some of his earliest gigs, Cultural Vibrations, who gave St. Raymond his earliest gigs, plus the whole gringo, damn you, why can't we all just get along family. MCs looking for first gigs, Flex and CRS are probably your best shouts. Plus, worth thinking about, check out poetry and spoken word events like Poetry is Dead Good. The aforementioned Acoustical would probably be up for an MC performance, delivered spoken word style. Then there are, rap battles and that. More in the PDF below. Another bonus about working with DIY promoters is they all love it and will love you. They want to help you. A lot of them are like, or become like extended family, doing all sorts of musical shiz for you. If they like your stuff and your soul, top of my head examples, Rastarella from Cultural Vibrations, pretty much mentored St. Raymond in the early days. Will from I'm Not From London, I don't know if it's an urban myth, but I'm told he personally paid for Baby Godzilla to go on tour in the early days when their minibus broke. Trev from CRS gave studio time to London Grammar. Which means putting on a gig yourself. No one will give you a gig, so you literally do it yourself, DIY. Open up venues such as the Chameleon, the Angel, Loft House, JT Saw, not to mention any DIY space where you can take the sound system down before the cops arrive. Even officer. Putting on a gig means total freedom, the buzz of having made it happen yourself, control of the dollar and the risk. Plus, if you smash it, a useful gig carrot with which to gig swap with other artists. Putting on a really vibey home gig, if done cleverly, can mean your work into putting on one really good gig actually creates the opportunity to play 3 or 4 really good gigs. You plus 3 artists who also have followings, gig swapping with each other. Lovely. In Nottingham, most of the venues played by famous artists are owned by DHP Family, a Nottingham-based company with venues all over England. In NG1, they own Rock City, Rescue Room, Stealth, and the Bodega. The arena is not owned by DHP or Motorpoint. So how do you get a gig at Rescue Rooms or Rock City? Well, it's hard to get a first gig at Rescue Rooms main room, really hard at Rock City. The 3 main ways to get your foot in the DHP door are acoustic rooms. Since 2009, Rescue Rooms open mic-ish Monday night. Indiana, St. Raymond, and Bug have all played early gigs there. You can sell out the Rescue Rooms, 100 capacity Red Room, the smaller room at RR, and then of course sell out the Bodega, 220 people. Then there is old-fashioned networking. DHP promoters are obviously out at their own gigs, as well as lots of other people's. You can bump into them, tweet them, invite them to your sold-out DIY show. You can meet DHPers in person at our Nusic Academy Advice Fair events, that's what they're for, or you can meet them right now.
Best way to get a gig at Bodega is just to message our Facebook page or just email any of the team. We'll have a listen and get back and see if there's any bills you'd fit. You usually start with a support slot, and then if that sells really well, then you get enough people in, and then you move to headline. It's not a set ladder for every person because each band is different. What usually happens is you get a support slot at one of the venues. It's usually starting here, and then if you get loads of people in, then you can get your own Bodega headline show. Then if that sells out and does really well, then you can move up to Rescue Rooms, and it just keeps going up like that. So it's just getting people in and getting the word out.
Brucey bonus, getting to know these boys and girls will put you on the radar for big festivals that they run like Splendor and Dot to Dot. Getting in an arena gig, wise, is pretty much impossible. They simply hire out the space. They don't book artists themselves. The best hack we've got for you to get an arena gig is to get on the radar of the student unions. They might just book you for their graduation balls, which are held at the arena. So you can see there are so many different aspects to this first gig question. In future vids, we will ponder getting your first gig outside of Nottingham, your first London showcase, your first tour. But wherever you're playing, wherever you're gigging, remember, it really helps.